My name is Nima Badiey. I head up business development for Cloud Foundry at Pivotal. So we just came up on our first year anniversary for the company forming Pivotal. We're a carve-out from VMware and EMC, formed from the product groups of the various companies. We sit at the intersection of platform as a service and big data. So a lot of our toolkits enable software developers and businesses to rapidly develop applications in an agile development fashion, scale and grow these applications on any given infrastructure, whether it's AWS, VMware, OpenStack, or Google Compute, and then layer in their own data requirements, whether they use Hadoop, Greenplum, Redis, Gemfire, SQLfire. We basically provide all the tools necessary for an enterprise to be able to change their model of developing applications and enter that third generation platform of compute. So last week we had our second annual Cloud Foundry Summit. We expected about 500 attendees. We actually had 1,000. And a great, well-attended conference of roughly over 3 days. The three main key points that came out of it was that in February we announced the formation of the Cloud Foundry Foundation, whereby we were taking the Cloud Foundry open source project and giving it over to a foundation, a kind of coalition of several companies. We added the 34th member on the first day of the conference, so now we have very large businesses, names like IBM, HP, Rackspace, EMC, VMware, and Pivotal behind this company, promoting the growth of Cloud Foundry and the adoption by not just one company, but several. This kind of plays well with the old African proverb of, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So we really think that we can advance Cloud Foundry and this idea of platform as a service and the third generation of compute by having a large foundation behind it, helping not only support it financially, but also with code, actually developing bits and parts of it as well as applications for it. The second thing that came out was just the sheer number of companies that are building and adopting Cloud Foundry. We heard Warner Music, we heard CoreLogic, we heard from Cisco. The second generation of WebEx application is going to run on top of Cloud Foundry. And the third thing that came out of the conference was the formation of microservices. So the idea that no longer do developers want to build on monolithic stacks and monolithic services, they want to actually assemble applications very rapidly from smaller service components. And so a lot of companies are building these microservices, whether it's an SMTP server or messaging or database as a service, and exposing them to application developers who can then consume them when they build and scale applications. GigaOm's covered a lot of different ideas, and I think the two tenets that have come out of this event this year has been really around the proliferation of what we call platform as a service tools and philosophies, interlaid with kind of infrastructure as a service. So we heard from HP, we heard from IBM, we heard from Intel, and everyone enjoying it as well. And everyone's talking about how large businesses are adopting cloud. It's not only just cloud, whether it's a publicly hosted cloud, but also cloud technologies that were formerly the domain of companies that only exclusively worked in the private or the public space, now being made available to private PaaS customers. So we're seeing this rapid shift to kind of move towards, yes, I too would like to be able to build and scale applications like Heroku, but I want it in my own data center, and I actually trust it in my own data center. Now those tool chains and those services are available to enterprises, not as a 6-month assignment, literally is a turnkey cloud. You pick up the phone like you're ordering cable, say, I want my own cloud, and you can have it installed in a day or a week. And that's great to see and great to hear. We're looking really forward to the greater ecosystem of companies that are going to join that type of movement and grow services on top of platform as a service like Cloud Foundry. So to learn more about Pivotal, go to www.gopivotal.com. If you want to run an instance of your application on top of Cloud Foundry, I recommend the Pivotal Web Services at run.pivotal.io. And then to find more about Cloud Foundry, the open source project and the community as a whole, go to cloudfoundry.org.